Thank you very much. Next. So the Chief Financial Officer thought that was funny. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
A few months left. You doing that? Okay. I will keep this short and to the point. As I look forward to each year presenting like how the town's doing, the state of the town, I also look forward to working with our CFO, department heads, and Michael in crafting what we think is another great budget for the town of Morristown. And I can report, as mayor of this great municipality, that our fiscal condition is stable and getting stronger. 4 years ago, when I became Chief Executive Officer of the town of government, the state of our organizational financial health was grim. We were confronted by extraordinary challenges that required us to reassess our priorities and reform how we deliver municipal services. During my first term as mayor, the town implemented a number of cost-cutting measures and service delivery contracts with outside entities to achieve meaningful cost efficiencies and accordingly save taxpayers millions of dollars. Additionally, the budgetary trend of escalating debt, pension obligations, skyrocketing health care insurance premiums, and unsustainable personnel expenses reversed course. As a result of these operational changes and cost reductions, Morristown's taxpayers saw their municipal tax rates not only stabilize, but slightly decline 3 consecutive years. For my second term, I am still committed to our sound financial management practices that have allowed the town to weather the recent economic crisis, stabilize our municipal operation expenses, and rebalance our fiscal structure to maintain AA bond rating with Standard & Poor's. Now, after 3 consecutive municipal tax rate decreases, Morristown property owners can expect another year of no municipal tax increase from the 2014 budget. Unquestionably, the town's tax rate stabilization is the direct result of difficult management decisions and prudent fiscal stewardship demonstrated over the last several years. The proposed 2014 operating budget balances revenues and appropriations of $35.9 million compared with the 2013 operating budget of $37.9 million. Summary points of the 2014 projections are as follows. Non-tax revenue projections are up 2.6% from the 2013 realized amounts. The municipal tax levy is approximately $67,000 higher than last year. However, $7.6 million of that valuation to the town's tax base will provide new revenues to help offset the levy increase and keep the 2014 municipal tax rate the same as last year. The budget falls well under the state 2% property tax levy cap by over $166,000. State aid revenues are the same for the 5th consecutive year, and significant building activity is anticipated to continue this year. We expect a 20% increase in the Uniform Construction Code fees from what we collected in 2013. That's a very huge increase in that department. We're happy to see that. The town is alive and well. In addition to a positive revenue outlook, the town's financial picture is considerably better as a result of this administration's effort to restore the health of Morristown's current fund balance. The town relies on its fund balance to protect it from unanticipated revenue and appropriation challenges. Last year, our fund balance grew to over $5 million, which is the largest balance realized in over a decade. Indeed, 2009, the surplus balance declined to an alarmingly low point of just over $1 million. In this year's municipal budget, I am proposing to use $1.7 million in fund balance revenue, which is the average amount used over the last 4 years, to offset any additional municipal tax levy increases. I feel confident we will not only replenish the $1.7 million to our fund balance by year end, but we will continue to increase it, maintaining a level above 15% of our operating budget. The following is a synopsis of several main cost drivers that weigh heavily on the stability of this budget. Operating budget debt services will decrease by $16,000. Since I took office, the town has reduced its operating budget debt by $13.8 million. Further, the town's ratio of debt service payments to total appropriations has dropped by nearly 3% from the 2010 level of 17.2%. Sewer utility debt has dropped over $10 million during the same time period. In this year's sewer utility budget, about $825,000 is appropriated to pay down principal on short-term bond anticipation notes. This is nearly $725,000 more than what is legally required to pay down in 2014. The The town's pension bill is approximately $195,000 lower than the 2013 payment. Over the past 2 years, pension obligations have declined by $475,000. Following a $700,000 decrease last year, the town's medical insurance premium will fall again by close to $500,000. Current and retired town employees will contribute over $580,000 towards insurance premium costs, which is about $180,000 more than last year. Furthermore, projected employee cost sharing for health care insurance next year will likely exceed $750,000. Due to this extraordinary winter season we just experienced, Public Works Division expenses budgeted solely for overtime, winter salt, and snow removal is $350,000 more than budgeted last year. This year's budget also continues the town's commitment to maintain healthy reserves. For example, the proposed budget includes $650,000 to fund our tax appeal reserve. In fact, over the last 4 years, the town has reserved $2.25 million in the tax appeal reserve to cover property tax revenue losses from any tax appeal judgment or settlement. Even though the town's tax base is stable, the annual tax appeals submitted continue to trend downward. There are still many commercial property taxes with high valuation that are pending from prior years. As a result of labor contract settlements with the 6 recognized employee collective bargaining units, the proposed 2014 budget includes salary increases from the past 2 years, in addition to agreed upon increase in 2014. Even though the negotiated cost of living percentage increase for all labor agreements averages 1.8 over 3 years, the budgetary impact this year will be about $660,000. Despite these wage increases, total appropriations in the 2014 budget, excluding the grant line item amount, will remain the same as in the last 2 budget years. The proposed 2014 capital improvement budget requires $2.6 million to be allocated for various capital needs. Approximately $1.8 million of this total amount is for investment in our infrastructure, such as roads, sidewalks, and streetscapes throughout the town. As part of this infrastructure allocation, I am requesting $100,000 to fund a corridor improvement study for Martin Luther King Avenue that will be used to formulate a plan for capital projects needed to vitalize this important area of our town. The capital budget also includes $250,000 for the joint Morristown and Morristown Library to fund 25% of the total capital project cost to reconstruct the 1987 library wing and exterior stone masonry walls. I consider the proposed 2014 capital budget reflects our unwavering efforts to make infrastructure improvements that foster economic development in the town with a major focus to improve our corridor roads that lead to our central business district. I firmly believe that this year's budget focuses on strengthening core town services while meeting our obligations to taxpayers. I take great pride in the high level of service our municipal government employees provide our citizens, and that the budget keeps this town financially future on a prudent path. Rest assured, Morristown is moving in the right direction. I look forward to bringing this budget address, and this year's is much smaller because I think we've really have become very proficient in really dealing with the budgets of the town. And I have, for me to stand up here and take full credit, you get the credit because you're at the top of the ticket and top of the administration. But if it wasn't for my department heads, lawyers, and especially Mike Rogers, our business administrator, our CFO, all the new people, Joe Costa, and of course Jeff Harkey and the other department heads that we have in place, and leadership in all our unions, it just wouldn't be possible to come in with a budget like this. But for me to take full credit for it would not be the correct thing to say. And I really have to give the kudos to Michael Rogers, who not only works year-round on the budget, but really understands the financial ins and outs of this community. And it's him that really deserves the accolades, along with the department heads and our CFO, for bringing such a great budget again to the citizens of Morristown. And I'm very happy to present it for introduction, and it's really up to what you guys do with it. And we're here to support whatever you need. And I again thank everybody who's involved in it. Next step. Thank you.